Welcome back to the video marketing conversation. If you tuned into our first segment with my friend Sangram, you heard us mention this Flip My Funnel event. So I asked Sangram to stick around and tell us a little bit more about this event and what's going to happen, who's going to be there. So Sangram, what are the dates of the event?
So it's on August 11th. It's at the W in Buckhead. And we're super excited. We have like Megan Eisenberg, who is the CMO of MongoDB. She was the CMO of DocuSign before that. We have Megan Meher, who essentially is the analyst for ABM for Serious Decisions. They're also a sponsor, and so is vLink is also the sponsor of the event. And it's all about challenging the status quo. Like, look, many marketers and salespeople think that they're crushing quota and they're generating leads. But the reality is the customer that are out there, they're looking at a completely different experience. They care about the customer experience that you are giving them. So this event is for any and every sales and marketing professionals who want to challenge the status quo, who want to be sophisticated and modern in any and everything they do for sales and marketing. You got to come to this event to hear from all of these people who are not only thought leaders, but also practitioners in their own right.
So what's going to be the format of the event? Is it all going to be talking? Is it going to be interactive? I mean, what do you see as the way that the flow is going to be?
That's a great question. I mean, it's going to be a mix of it. I mean, to be very honest, it's really going to be like, hot topics. Like for 20 minutes, each presenter is going to talk about it, then 10 minutes Q&A. It's all about giving people a shot in their arm to like, hey, look, this is an interesting thing. If you're excited, you want to learn more about it, then there will be a lot more kind of breakouts and things like that. But it's really going to be all of these amazing speakers signed up for one reason and one reason only. They wanted to come in and tell their story of how they can challenge the status quo. So it's all about kind of re-energizing, being inspired, and getting empowered for the new tools and technologies that are out there.
Well, and what's interesting is that you just launched the landing page, and people are already signing up, and I think you're going to have to cap it out at about 300, right?
So, it's crazy. I think we launched it like on Sunday, and we have already 15 registrations for it. And we have like Serious Decisions is a sponsor, vLink is a sponsor. We're looking for a couple of additional sponsors because our goal is not to make money on the event. Our goal is to just bring like-minded people together and do a really rock star event where people really come out with something that they can, kind of implement wherever they go.
You keep forgetting one of the sponsors, Terminus.
Terminus is hosting the event, and the reason I think I'm forgetting on purpose because it's really not about Terminus. Like we love the concept. We are obviously kind of pushing that concept out, but we are only a piece of the puzzle. We're not the one who can solve the whole thing. So we are very excited and happy to bring the right people together who can tell their stories and actually can expand this whole vision to a much broader than Terminus originally can do.
So when I think about Flip My Funnel, and you've described it, I've read some of your blogs about it. When I think about Flip My Funnel, it's really about identifying who are your ultimate customers, who are your ideal customers, and then starting there. And then you bring them through the funnel backwards.
Yep, it's really flipping the funnel mindset. And the whole idea really started with like, how do you find a product or tools that can help you drive revenue with the original funnel? And when I started to do that, there wasn't a single way to do that. You can't really say, well, this is the tool to do pipeline. You can't really find a tool that only does pipeline acceleration. So there, out of complete despair, just flipped the funnel and said, like, I turned the page. I'm like, what if it was like that? And all of a sudden it made sense. Why not start with the best fit customer? Why not find all the people in the companies that actually do care about your message and then put the right content and engagement things and then turn them into advocates? So those are identify, expand, engage, and advocate, kind of the 4 different ways we look at people should flip the funnel.
Yeah, and I think that it's also interesting that when you get into the sales funnel, you're dealing with salespeople and relationship people. And so the idea of Flip My Funnel is very sensitive to both marketing and sales. So this is going to be a good mix of folks in the room that are both marketing and salespeople. So, who else? Who are some of the names that have already registered or names you've been talking to? I know Kyle Porter.
Yeah, Kyle Porter, his CEO of Sales Lab. So he's going to be coming and telling the whole story about how salespeople go about because sales are doing marketing.
He's a great sales guy.
He's a sales guy, right? And they're building a sales product, which is amazing, right? They raised a ton of money and they're doing really great stuff. I love him. But they are also looking and using account-based marketing. And they grew by 29%. Their revenue numbers grew because they're using account-based marketing in addition to what they do in their own company using sales tools like Cadence and Prospector. So we're seeing companies leveraging very different tools to do and get in front of the right people at the right time. And that's really the sense of it. Like, can we try to engage people on their terms is a very hard question. Like, everybody wants to do that. We want to get away from interruption-based marketing, which is emails and calls, to a permission-based marketing, which is like when you are on a Saturday morning on a soccer game with your kid, you have nothing to do but kill 2 hours, you're on CNN flipping through like news. You don't want an email. You can see a message that kind of resonates with you. You can read that story, and then that's the engagement that you want to have.
Yeah, and I think that, again, it's very relational, which is why salespeople are going to like it so much. So August the 11th, the W in Midtown. It's going to start in the morning, so probably 7:30 in the morning with breakfast, and go into the evening with a networking event, I'm sure, in the evening. So it's a one-day event. Cost is $200. $200, so it's not that expensive. Sign up now. They're going to cap it out at 300 people. Look forward to seeing you at Flip My Funnel. And Sangram, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.